Be kind in the taming of your mind. Hi guys, I'm Ian McMinn, and this is Path to I Am. Be kind in the taming of your mind. So on this path of shifting into and living more and more from I Am awareness, I often talk about exactly what that shift looks like, how it feels, different ways to think of it, different ways to approach it. Today, I want to talk about something a little bit different, which is before you transition into it, the moments where you're not in your center and you feel lost and you feel unsure and you're frustrated and whatever's you're dealing with in the moment in your life, whatever tasks you're involved with, what have you, exactly how to approach working with yourself in that state before you come back to the knowing state that I am and the kingdom and all these things we talk about. So the key here is obviously what I say in the title, which is be kind, be gentle, be loving with yourself. I have so many interactions with human beings that are very well intentioned in their lives. That when I see how they treat themselves, I go, if the way you treat yourself was the way you treated another person, you would maybe be in jail, right? Or you would be labeled manipulative or abusive or, um, yeah, and rightfully so. Um, there's this, especially, I'm in the United States, as people can tell from my accent, but there's this theme in the United States itself. I'm sure there's other places that are similar, where there's, even though we're so, on the cutting edge, culturally, or at least we purport to be, we really have these puritanical roots here, um, that involve a lot of self-denial and a lot of self-mistreatment, even if there's kindness to others, etc. And so that's the biggest thing that I see for folks that are going, well, Ian, how do I make this shift? How do I return to the knowing state in the best way? Because I get lost in my day-to-day activities. I get frustrated, etc. Like this morning, I had a moment where I was pretty frustrated dealing with a few different things, and I caught myself emotionally, yeah, in a pretty negative state, not in my center. And like I've said before, you can actually be in your center while negative thoughts and feelings are playing out, and you can allow them to play out and be in a knowing state. But that was not the case. I was totally on the spokes. And what I've learned to do over my life is be kind and gentle to myself as I tame my mind. If I know nothing about taming horses, but it's the difference between violently lassoing him and, wrangling the guy in, which is probably not a good idea because horses are a lot bigger than us, um, versus just going up and soothing, being gentle to ourselves, being kind. And that's what I did. I was not in my center. I didn't know how I was going to get back, but just let me just be kind and gentle to myself, kind and gentle to those around me. My dogs don't mind, if I get frustrated, because I always treat them super nice. But yeah, it was about being really gentle with me. Let's just slow things down. Let's really simplify my approach, which is let me just be easy. And sure enough, when that emotion passed, I got to come home to the kingdom, the prodigal son. I departed from the kingdom and was in the mud and the muck and took some money from the castle and gambled it away and even forgot I was the king's son, and then I was fetched back home when it was time. I remembered I could come back to my I am awareness. And it's just a sweet return. It really deepens my experience of it. And so it's this funny thing where when we're in it, there's no time. So we're experts at this, at being in this awareness and all of that. And then there's this 3D journey we go on in our lives where things unfold. And so there's this never ending unfolding in life where I get to release more into love. I get to release more into being in this home, this kingdom, this I am awareness, and learning to just be kind to myself when I'm not in it, because that's okay. It's not a big deal, right? But when we're in it, that's the last thing we want to do, because we're lost, we're frustrated, there's these negative emotions coming up, and we're not in our center, so there's not that awareness. So anyway, guys, yeah, be kind in the taming of your mind. I'm Ian McMinn. This is Path to I Am. In my video description, I have a link to my website where you can check me out. You can reach out to me as well. I have a link in the description for a 30-minute coaching session. I have a link for a 60-minute coaching session. A link for donations in case you want to donate. She'll love that way. And I have a link for my podcast, which has its own distinct episodes. All 5 of those things down in the description. And yet again, guys, I'm Ian McMahon. I hope you enjoyed this today and Path to I Am. Yeah, and just remember, be kind in the taming of your mind. It's a journey, and it's here to enjoy it, even when we're not when we're totally lost. That's part of the beauty of this life, is we can get lost and we can be found. And there's a deepening that comes from that. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a good day, and I will see you on the next one.